Welcome back to the BRICS TV. We're broadcasting live from New Delhi at the BRICS Trade Fair and Exhibition. And this afternoon I'm sitting with the president of the Black Business Council, Ms. Danisa Baloyi.
Yes.
We're just going to have a conversation with her about what we can look forward to tomorrow, because she is going to speak and representing South Africa at large as well.
Yes.
Please could you tell us more about the presentation that you're going to make and what points do you want to bring out and takeaways?
First, thank you. It's wonderful to be here and here at your stand. It's beautiful, and it's young people, so it gives me hope. I'm very happy. Yes, tomorrow we kickstart with the business forum, where all the countries will be, and I'm representing South African business. As you know, both ourselves as the Black Business Council and BUSA are here. So, but tomorrow, when we are outside of South Africa, we always speak in one voice and represent the business that is represented in South Africa. So we are going to talk about that, but our focus really is on how we can enhance the focus on the development of Black industrialists. The 5 nations are more industrialized than we are, and they are more diverse. They are more encompassing of business across the board. Unlike us, we are still at the point where we have one section of South Africa that is industrialized and one that is beginning to industrialize. So we're hoping that by coming here, we will be able to identify possible partners for our members who couldn't be here but are represented by ourselves here, to be able to tie up. We are looking at key industries, particularly in manufacturing, to ensure that we start to build things again at home, because South Africa has a rich history of manufacturing, but over the years we've scaled down, and we would like to bring it back. But more than anything, ensure that the program of the Black Industrialists really takes off in a big way. Just chatting to people in general and talking to them about the program, they're really keen. But more than anything, the idea of BRICS, I'm one big supporter of BRICS, because I believe developing nations have to come together to do something for themselves. And I think hooking up South Africa with all these bigger nations than us is a plus for us. Unfortunately, some people believe we shouldn't be.
But we're there.
But we're there.
So how do you make the most?
And we are not about to leave.
And we have to make the most of the opportunity, because we're already
and we
there.
will. We already there. There's so much that we can harness out of the relationship with China, the relationship with India in particular, the relationship with Russia, and even though Brazil is going through what is going through just like us, I think they will come through because they are going to also benefit from this relationship. And I think we underestimate the power that we have. And I think it comes from the BRICS Bank, actually. I want to see the BRICS Bank succeed, because we have the other banks coming from the other nations, and we've seen some of the things that haven't really worked. When you look at the World Bank, you look at the IMF. If the BRICS Bank is going to be an animal very different from the way the others have operated, particularly in developing nations in Africa, I think we've got a winner, and we've got to support it.
So if you look at the other BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, which out of the 4 that you think South Africa has, synergies in terms of making this industrial revolution and encouraging black industrialists?
I think if
Have you identified any?
Yes, if you look at India, India has a lot of companies that started out small but have grown to be huge conglomerates. And they've also had a lot of businesses, they still have most of them, that were family business or that are family businesses. And we can learn from those, because if it doesn't mean if it's a family business, it cannot succeed or it cannot grow. It remains like a spaza shop or mom and pops. Here, they've grown to be huge. I met this woman whose husband died, and it's an engineering company that she now anchors. Wonderful,
The
but
Tatas,
she says I'm not alone.
The Jindals,
Those big ones, they're family businesses that have grown over the years, and I think we can take a leaf out of that and grow businesses out of South Africa. What I like about what we're focusing on now on the growth of black industrialists is that we've got examples in these countries, whether it's in China, whether it's in Russia or India, etc. Even Brazil, by the way. But Brazil is not dead. It might be going through some tremors, but it will rise again. It's still there, and there are a lot. I've been to Brazil many a times, and I've seen wonderful companies there. And I think we can still partner with Brazilians in many ways, something that can be good for South Africa.
Is there an appetite for investment? Are you...
You mean out of Brazil or out of the other countries?
Yes,
no, I think the Chinese, not only do they have an appetite, but they're putting money into projects. If you think about what the president of China announced when he was in South Africa and met the heads of state, you ask yourself, have we really taken advantage of all those billions that is announced? They signed a lot of protocols between South Africa and China. To what extent have we taken advantage of those? So part of it is us. We're slow on the take, but I'm hoping that we can take advantage of that. And these meetings help, and they are once a year, but after we meet, it's follow-ups.
Yeah.
You can't just expect to come here for 2, 3, 4 days and then go back to South Africa and think things will just happen. They just won't happen. We have to follow up to make sure that they do.
We'll definitely be looking forward to your talk tomorrow.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, meeting with the other counterparts.
Yes. So are you going to be speaking yourself, or it's just
yes,
going to be roundtable?
Yes, I am speaking tomorrow morning, representing South African business.
And what's the topic?
The topic I chose, how our program on black industrialists can benefit out of the partnerships with the BRICS nation.
Are there any people that we can maybe put the spotlight on in terms of the black industrialists that you can mention?
I think
any shining examples?
Yes, within the BBC we highlighted a few, and we'll highlight them again tomorrow.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.